Did you know George Washington was one of America's biggest whiskey producers? This is Jason Cochran at Mount Vernon in Virginia, where the myth has been proven true. George Washington really did chop down the cherry tree. He used cherry wood to fire the boilers in his very own whiskey distillery. His old estate at Mount Vernon has recreated it and is putting out Washington's whiskey once again.
We're sitting here in essentially what was kind of the industrial complex at Mount Vernon. Behind us, of course, the distillery that Washington built. To my left is the grist mill, and of course that's why the distillery is here, because that's where the grain is being ground. Washington not only had a grist mill, but it was a major merchant mill.
But there's a dark side to this story. In 1793, the new American government needed money, so it invented a new federal tax on whiskey. People were outraged that the government would try that, so they fought back, and the government sent 13,000 troops to make them pay up. And guess who led the troops? George Washington. And just a few years later, he was one of America's biggest whiskey producers.
This is the first and presumably the last time an American president will lead American troops into the field to put down the whiskey rebellion.
Now we are making thousands and thousands of gallons, and it has become a very profitable commodity.
And so I drink to your health, to our friends, and to the safe, responsible, and orderly imbibement of Mount Vernon whiskey. Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah! To your health!
Here's to the ships at sea and the ladies on the land. May the former be well rigged and the latter be well manned.